had a lot of people ask me about prioritization and time management, and the videos that I film on this topic have a very high viewership because it's really something that all of us busy professionals and business owners struggle with. And Adrian's no different. I want to share with you his public question because I bet you'll resonate with this, and it's a subtopic within that larger context of our prioritization. I want to be blatantly honest with you, Sarah. I struggle with priority setting and time management, but priority setting in particular. It's true I do say yes to a lot of things because you know how I give you all trouble about saying yes to too many things. But especially work that I love to say yes to, like freelance photography. And it's not that I have no time. I have perhaps too much time. I have a great team that also works with me at the gallery, and I will pass things over from them to time. I'm doing more outreach these days, however, getting into the public, and I just don't know if what I'm doing is effective and paying off. I use about 15 different forms of social media, and I do occasionally get people in the gallery saying they found me there, but again, not that many people, and I'm not sure if all my efforts are effective. Any ideas? I'm curious if you've had the same question, because of course there's so many social media sites. There's such a pressure to be creating content and be out there on all these different forms. And if you're not sure where your current or future employer is or future customers, you may in fact dilute your effort and be on so many. But the challenge with that is that it can take away your precious time. It can rob your lifestyle and other goals you have, such as fitness, and you can leave yourself feeling depleted and frustrated, not knowing if it's effective. So the 3 tips I have for you today is about how, in fact, like Adrian, you can be sure that your efforts are effective. The first one is, rather than try to be on so many forms of social media, ask yourself which are the ones you feel most comfortable and you find the most valuable. Now granted, I will as a side note mention, as forms of social media are out there and you're not as comfortable, there may be a bit of a learning curve. But if you're past that learning curve, if you know how to use it and you just don't like it, it's just not your thing. For example, you just don't like taking pictures and putting filters, then don't be on Instagram, or at least don't put all your effort there. If you really don't like the very conversational nature of Facebook, I guess that's not your thing. Now, of course, you want to make sure that the ones that you like are matched up to where your prospective employers and your prospective customers are. I'm not saying completely decide based on that. However, if you really don't like the form of social media, why don't you have a social media holiday from that 1 or 2 or 10 different apps and really refine it down to the top few. Get really good at those, and I bet you'll find not only do you enjoy it more, but you actually are better able to find ways where you can maximize it, such as sharing from one site to the other rather than creating organic content for all of them. The second thing that I would recommend is study your analytics. I mean, I know these things are obvious, but how many of us actually take the time to look at how many views did that have? How many shares? How many likes? How many people are actually doing something as a result of our call to action? And actually, maybe on that note, do you have a call to action on your social media posts? Are you asking people to like something, to share something, to be able to use and consume your content, or perhaps even to click over to get some free valuable content, or to click over and learn about the location of your business, such as the case in Adrian's business. And so using social media in a few choice places and see and study, in fact, if people are using that. And not only that, but what posts tend to get the most interaction. And so knowing this and studying that will help you make some really conscious choices about how you spend your time on social media. And the third thing is, don't forget that your social media people can be part of your team. I know for me, my virtual assistant, she does all of my sharing and my posting. She creates the content for my mailing. She uploads my videos to YouTube. She has them transcribed. She puts them on my blog. She puts them on LinkedIn. I'm trying to remember all the steps that she does, but every single Monday, she is a very busy lady making sure that my content is shared in multiple places. And I trust her implicitly to do that for me, because perhaps like Adrian's finding, it would be pretty exhausting if I were trying to find in my own time to be able to do that. So she does that super efficiently, and she has a system. She's going to be more effective at that than I will anyway. So I hope you found these 3 productivity and time-saving hacks really helpful. And I hope that you find that you're going to feel more confident as a result of doing these 3 things, that your efforts are really getting results. Now, if you have other questions or comments about how you can really maximize this, why don't you jump over to Greatness Biz, especially if those of you who are thinking about or have a business, because join our community, join our family. We talk about stuff like this because productivity and time management are essential as you're thinking about or you're running your own business. My name's Sarah McVanel. Thanks so much for joining me for another vlog. Come back next week for a completely new topic on tall poppy syndrome.